Hi, welcome to Two Italian Women
And the stories we tell.
with Erica Martin.
And Diane Bovalino.
Welcome to our launch of our podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Diane and I spent a lot of time and energy in getting this podcast together
It started when I think it was December.
when we had COVID. It was kind of the initiation. We're both sitting in bed going like, what are we going to do with ourselves? What are we going to do with our time? And we realized through the evolution of doing a lot of the series and spending time on what's the content focus going to be and what's the audience we want to reach. And you know what? I think we just got to a point where it's like all about just speaking our truth and really talking about, I think, things everyone relates to: love, life, heartache, redemption. And we've been through this cycle. We've done our work. We have done our work. And so, Diane, I was thinking,
Amen. We've done our
oh,
work.
yeah, and it wasn't easy work to do. So, for all of you out there who are doing your work and really owning your shit, like we are really proud of you. And if so, this is the channel for you.
Come
Diane,
along with us.
yeah, come invite us into your home, invite us into your kitchen. Metaphorically, we talk about creating a more delicious life and all the ingredients that you need to do that. So it's a recipe each week on how to take all the special ingredients within you and make the life that you deserve. And
And you desire. And that you're
yeah,
reaching for. Keep reaching because you're gonna get that. Because you deserve it.
you have to know you deserve it. And I don't
Right.
know about you, but when we
Right.
go through the evolution of getting to be a certain age, and this could be different for every person, but in my 20s, I think you agree,
Mm-hmm.
it was all about focusing on what everyone else wanted for me or what everyone else thought of me or like the importance on all this stupid stuff, right? That seemed really important at the time. And then you get into your 30s and you just start like figuring yourself out. You start knowing like your career path or do I want a family? Do I want children? Like all those things kind of start evolving. And then by the time you're 40, you're like, I'm getting tired of pleasing everybody. And I know who I am. I'm starting to have a sense of who I am. You start like caring a little bit less. And by the time you're 50, which I just turned last month,
Oh.
you look at it and you're like, I don't give a shit what anyone thinks about me. I know who I am. And that journey of like self love, because we've been through a journey and it wasn't an easy one. I mean, we've been through a lot of heartache and a lot of really hard times. So, for me, turning 50 was the magic bullet. How about for you?
So for me, I'm turning in August. I'm turning 15 years as a breast cancer survivor, and it's just I'm ready. Come along with me. I'm ready to live, to really live life the way I want to live it. Because 40 years ago, when I got diagnosed and they said, Diane, you have breast cancer, I didn't think I'd be here. So it's like it's just a monumental moment for
Oh,
me.
it is. And I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. And we've done some amazing work together. Our journey's been really fascinating. I mean, both of us started really mourning addiction in our families, addiction with loved ones, really being kind of a victim to the circumstances that we found ourselves in. And then we both struggle with autoimmune issues. You went through cancer. I went through 8 years of hell with an undiagnosed condition that finally I'm doing so much better. But I think part of that is because I'm in control of my own stuff, right? Like I'm the person who's going to script where my life goes. I'm not going to be that victim anymore.
Right, right.
And we don't realize that you're victim. I mean, sometimes we literally are victims to our circumstances, but we can choose to live in that energy of being a victim, or we can choose to rise above it and say, this is just a circumstance and how I respond to it, who I am, and how I'm going to respond. That's where your power is. And so you do so much work on that mind body perspective. And we do very different kinds of work, but it's all about working with people who want to elevate to the next level, who have grieved the heartache and the victimization. And now we're on the other side saying, you know what, this is my life and I'm going to do something amazing with it. Isn't that the best part of
Yes,
your job?
it is. And I said to Erica, I'm like, my business has been open now a little over 3 years. And I just said to Erica, I'm like, I'm, if I'm at the point where I'm going to decide, do I want to work for that person?
Mm-hmm.
Are they really working?
Mm-hmm.
Are they working to heal? Are they working to get to that next level? Are they working to get to that next vibrational level?
Yeah.
Because I do my business because I love it. And you know why? Because I'm a gifted healer, not because I'm passionate. I am passionate. I love it. But it's also because I have a gift and I need to share my gift. And I share my gift through many ways. Reiki, yoga, I have spiritual classes because I know I'm good at it and I need to share that. And I've been through a lot of my own heartache and my own struggles. But in the end, if they're not in it, then, they need to go to someone else.
Well, and I'm there with you. But I mean, when I think about it, when I first started my business, I was so scared, like, am I gonna have to hold up signs 2 for 1? Like, please come see me and I'll treat your whole family for free. It was like I worked with, the prison systems, and I worked in the heavy addiction and the interventions. I mean, I was interviewing serial killers and things
Wow.
like, I mean, it was fascinating, fascinating. And when we talk about our work, though, we're talking about stepping in to our purpose, our soul's purpose, right? It's not a job.
No.
It's not a job. It's really our true calling. And I think that's part of the journey for each one of us, is to really discover what our true calling is. Like, what is our soul purpose? And if we don't do that, and we don't have faith also in that things are going to work out, because there's signs and synchronicities everywhere. Do you really stop and pay attention? Or do you fight them and resist? Because really it's about giving
Tuning into
in.
yourself to find that.
Yeah. Yeah. And going with the
Yeah.
flow, not going against it. If more people remembered that when you're drowning, you don't fight against the current. If you remember you can float, you're going to survive. But when you fight against it, it's impossible. And so I think that's what this journey is about. It's the surrender, the sweet surrender, those things we cannot control, and then rising above those things that we can control. And that's what our channel is really all about: educating you, giving you information, hopefully inspiration, and helping you identify for yourself what is your calling, what is your purpose, what's your passion, what makes you happy.
Find your gifts. But we want to give you love though too.
Absolutely. Because in this world that's pretty ugly,
Yeah.
um, it's nice to have a safe place to come, and that's what so many of our groups are about. Like, we have an empath group that we love. It really is about unconditional love, accepting you for who you are and where you are. And even though we want to do that for you, we want you to be able to give that to yourself. And as you follow our channel, hopefully as we go through all these different phases of healing, that it helps you along the way, that each week you're feeling a little bit better, a little bit lighter, a little bit more insightful.
And then we're so excited, as we've talked to a lot of people and they want to come on the podcast. So we're setting up our interviewing. We're going to have our own little interviewing. What do you call it? Interviewing scheme. I don't want to say scheme, schedule.
Oh, we're scheming. We're
So
scheming.
we'll decide who, and when we just mean like if they fit our strategy,
Yeah.
our goals, our purpose, that's it. So then everyone who's listening to us, our goal is to, feed your purpose.
And to give you
That's all.
access to resources
Yes.
that you may not otherwise have or can afford, because not everyone has the
Yeah.
luxury of going to a healer, and we're not naive to think that you do, right? So these are things and techniques and things that you can learn at home, giving you access to good people.
Yes.
Like, we have everything from, very spiritual gurus that are out there, to nurses, doctors, attorney, like they're all these like professionals who are like top in their careers, who are like loving the idea of reaching other people and giving you information and resources just to improve the quality of your life, or ask questions that are important to you. So your engagement is everything to us.
Yes, because I know there's been many times in my life where I needed healing. I couldn't afford it. And a lot of the alternative healing is not covered by insurance. And maybe you can put that through your I call it the cafeteria plan, or your health service plan, which is pre-tax. But even a lot of people don't have opportunities for that. So that's another avenue we'd like to share with you: resources, a way for you to listen in and hear about these folks. And maybe they're offering also a free seminar that you can go to and learn something. Or maybe they're offering some also gifted ways that you could, meet with them.
And who is Erica Martin and Diane Bovalino? Well, we're just two Italian women. And we're here to tell some stories and the life lessons that we've learned. But I can also say in our area here in Ellicott City, where we're located, I mean, we've been very successful in the work that we do. And I'm not saying that in a pompous way. I'm saying like our mission and our purpose and our passions about things shine through in every facet of our program. And so we realize that we want to get more people in tune and have access to all the wonderful resources that our county, which we're very blessed to be a very affluent county, but recognize so many people are not. And so we want, again, we want you to invite us into your home so that we can share with you all the things that we've been through. And if nothing else, if it's not about learning, at least it's about heart to heart connection, because the things that we've been through are pretty crazy. And so we're trying to make some serious topics a little bit more fun, maybe.
Yes, and we know it's serious, but we want it to be fun. And we also want everyone to know out there a lot of what we live here in Maryland. I call us transplants to Maryland. I've been here since my son's 21 now. I came when he was 2. So it's been a long time, but still my hometown, Syracuse, New York. So I very much we're very much global. So we're very much global. So
oh yes, I come from the global metropolis of Hazleton, Pennsylvania. So all of you out there, we are a global metropolis, but I love all of you who have supported me and sent me messages. Thank you. I mean, I've heard from friends I haven't even heard from since like middle school. So thanks for reaching out. And I do have friends, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Not really.
No.
I thought, just hold on, you guys. I thought this was her only friend.
This is my only friend.
You see him?
Luigi Delmargo. He's part of our kitchen schema. He's got their ingredients. And
I think he's our only non-employee.
He is our only non-employee.
Yes. So what we're trying to say is a lot of the work we do, actually, like our empath group, we're all distant on Zoom. What else do I do a lot of my energy healing distant on Zoom. So we just want to let everyone know a lot of the work we do. And I'm sure a lot of the individuals we're going to have on our podcast.
Oh, they're who? I mean, there are some amazing people. One woman, I guess I won't name her yet, so she's officially given me permission. But she's a dermatologist who's also like a spiritual healer, and does a lot of mediumship. So she's kind of like, ooh, blow your mind on that. So got a lot of interesting folks who are really knowledgeable, but the common theme amongst each and every one of them is that we all started with this very perfectionistic, people-pleasing energy, that kind of held us back in our own life because it was all about fulfilling the story that other people scripted for us. And when you look at these women now and they stand really in their own power, in their own truth, it was at some point they made that conscious decision to say, this is my life. I am no longer living this way. And then that's when things really kind of took off and exploded for them. And I think in order for you to become more in tune and more spiritual, you have to begin with knowing who you are, right? And I didn't know who I was until maybe 40 something. I'm still uncovering who I am, I guess. How about you? Do you remember when you kind of like woke up one day?
Yeah. I agree. I really feel I'm uncovered myself at this point, but I mean, I know there's still more to find. So yeah, definitely wasn't at 40.
No.
Because I've been at health crisis at 40.
Oh yeah.
So I'd say I started really getting to know myself at probably 46, 47.
Yeah. That might even be true for me as well.
Yeah.
So tall right now.
Do. But we're just so excited though that this is our first full official podcast. So stay on this journey with us. We hope you do.
Please. Thanks for letting us take up your time and inviting us into your heart today. We appreciate it.
Yes. And stay tuned for more.
Stay well.
Bye-bye.
Bye.